Welcome back to Extorical, the place where we realize the present is just the past wearing a better pair of sunglasses. Today, we're counting down the top 10 historical figures who were less great leaders and more human chaos agents. These are the people who looked at the status quo, laughed, threw a brick through a window, and accidentally created the modern world. Grab a drink. You're going to need it to process the sheer audacity of these legends. Because common sense was clearly optional back then. Let's dive in. At number 10, we have the man himself, Harold Bluetooth Gormson. Now, you know him because your smartphone uses his branding to connect to your car, but in the 10th century, he was less wireless connection and more Viking headache. Legend has it he got his nickname from a dead tooth, or maybe he just really liked blueberries. Either way, this man didn't just unify Denmark and Norway, he did it with the kind of aggressive energy that makes modern corporate takeovers look like a playground dispute. Imagine being so iconic that 1,000 years after you're gone, people are still using your name to listen to their podcast wirelessly while stuck in traffic. It's the ultimate legacy, turning from a terrifying warlord into a standard for low-power radio communication. History, people. It's just one weird, giant accident after another. Coming in at number 9, we have the king of I don't care, Diogenes. If you've ever wanted to quit your job and live in a barrel, this guy's your patron saint. He didn't just drop out of society. He made a professional sport out of trolling the most powerful people in ancient Greece. When Alexander the Great, the literal conqueror of the world, walked up to him and asked, "Is there any favor I can do for you?" Diogenes didn't ask for gold or power. He said, "Yes, move a little, you're blocking my sunlight." The man chose tanning over political favor. That is next-level chaos. He redefined what it meant to have an influencer lifestyle, mostly by doing absolutely nothing and being incredibly rude about it. And there you have it. The people who prove the world is essentially a series of oops moments glued together by time. Whether it was a Viking snacking on berries or a philosopher valuing sunlight over gold, we are all living in a timeline dictated by people who were just winging it. Thanks for hanging out with us at Extorical. Let's pick up the pace. History isn't going to rewrite itself. Nikola Tesla. At number 8, the man who practically invented the 20th century while talking to pigeons. Tesla didn't just want to light the world, he wanted to power it wirelessly for free. When the bank didn't like that, he basically threw his career away to focus on pigeons. He was a genius who saw the future, but his social battery was perpetually at 0%. Because common sense was clearly optional back then. Grigory Rasputin. Coming in at 7, the mad monk who simply refused to die. Assassins poisoned his food, shot him in the back and beat him, and the guy was still trying to crawl away. It's like the universe was trying to ban him from the server and he just kept hitting reconnect. Rasputin, you were a problem, but you were definitely a legend. 6. Napoleon Bonaparte. At number 6, the short king of Europe. And yes, I know he was actually average height, but let's not let facts ruin a good roast. Napoleon didn't just conquer nations. He reorganized the entire legal system of Europe because he was bored on a Tuesday. He changed the world map, invented modern military tactics, and spread the Napoleonic Code like it was a TikTok trend. 5. Teddy Roosevelt. At 5, we have the man who got shot in the chest and responded by giving a 90-minute speech before going to the hospital. He survived because his speech manuscript was in his pocket. He was basically an action movie protagonist who didn't know he was in a movie. If chaos had a face, it would be wearing a monocle and a toothy grin. 4. Benjamin Franklin. At 4, the original party animal of the Founding Fathers. Between inventing bifocals and dodging lightning bolts, Franklin was busy being the wildest diplomat in France. He famously took air baths, literally sitting naked in front of an open window, to improve his health. Imagine walking into a meeting to sign the Declaration of Independence and finding Ben there, raw-dogging the air. A true visionary. 3. Emperor Nero. At 3, the patron saint of the everything is fine meme. Legend says Rome was literally burning to the ground, and Nero was playing the fiddle. Whether he actually started the fire or just watched the chaos, he's the ultimate vibe check. Nero proved that if you have enough power, you can just ignore the catastrophe and make it someone else's problem. 2. Genghis Khan. At 2, the guy who changed the global gene pool just by showing up. Genghis didn't just conquer territory, he was so thorough that if you're of Asian descent, there is a non-zero chance you are technically his great-great-great something grandson. He was the world's most effective chaos agent, literally restructuring human DNA by force. And at number 1, before we dive deep, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history content 1. Cleopatra. At number 1, the woman who played entire empires like a game of civilization. Cleopatra didn't just rule Egypt. She seduced the 2 most powerful men in Rome, Caesar and Mark Antony, to keep her kingdom afloat. She walked into a room, rolled herself out of a carpet, and suddenly the most powerful men on Earth were doing whatever she said. She wasn't just a chaos agent, she was the game master. If you enjoyed this trip through the chaos, hit that subscribe button. It's the only way to ensure you don't repeat history, because trust me, we've had enough of that already. And there you have it. The top 10 historical figures who prove that the world isn't shaped by boring bureaucrats, but by absolute wildcards. Whether it was building empires or feeding birds, these people were just winging it, and somehow we ended up with the world we have today. Thanks for sticking with us through the madness here at Extorical. If you think I missed a chaotic legend, or if you think I was too harsh on poor old Nero, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the only way to ensure you don't repeat history, because trust me, we've had enough of that already. And remember, when we uncover the past, we shape the future. See you in the next one.